Kia ora. Welcome to Agile in 7, where we talk about Agile concepts in 7 minutes or less. I'm Emil, and today we're going to talk about mindset. So what do we mean when we talk about mindset? Well, it could be simply put as beliefs that shape you, the way that you think, and how you make sense of the world. It can also influence the way that you think about any given situation. You might have heard about this concept called growth versus fixed mindset. Basically, what a fixed mindset is the belief that you're not good enough, things are too hard, you're either smart or you're not, and basically that intelligence is a static thing. Versus growth mindset, where the thought is I can learn to do anything, I'm a constantly evolving work in progress, and the more I challenge myself, the smarter I'll become. And that can be boiled down to intelligence can be developed, and it's not just static. It can be difficult to change mindset, especially when your basic needs are not met. Let's think about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and we're sitting at that very bottom layer, especially in a work context when it's super stressful, you've got so much going on, that it's really difficult to even think about the next thing that's going on in your day. We call that cognitive load, and when your cognitive load is oversubscribed, it can be difficult to think about anything in the realm of continuous improvement. You've been learning these behaviors and routines since you were a kid, and because of that, it makes it really difficult to unlearn that behavior and come into this more growth mindset zone. When you're in that fixed mindset area, you might be thinking that you need to continually prove yourself to your workplace, to your colleagues, and even in your relationships. There's a famous quote by Carol Dweck that says that why feel like you need to continually prove yourself when you could just be getting better? Once you've understood the difference between fixed and growth mindset, it can still be difficult to get from one zone to the other. And that's because there's still the voice inside of your head telling you that you're not good enough, you've got stuff to prove to your work colleague, your family, your friends, but that's okay. Being mindful of that voice, that's what's going to be key. And persevering through it. Persevering, focusing on your own self-improvement, and just taking one small step at a time. Be deliberate in your practice, and that's what's going to help you move from fixed to growth. Let's do a quick recap of what mindset is. They're beliefs that shape the way that you think and how you make sense of the world. To make the move from fixed into growth mindset, be mindful of your own personal development, take small steps, and be deliberate about practicing.
Nice work, Emil. Thanks for that. Kia ora, everyone. It's Rupert here. I've got a little story to share about fixed and growth mindset. So a little while ago, I was in Indonesia, and I thought I was going to try learning the Indonesian language. And it was a pretty big challenge for me. Learning the language was a lot about building relationships and having a sense of belonging. So if it wasn't going to work, it felt like it was going to be pretty hard. There was a lot invested in it. So I found the experience of learning a language pretty challenging because it was really tied to my relationships there and my sense of belonging. So if it worked, it was going to be great, but if it didn't work, it could be pretty hard on myself. And there were moments when I had fixed mindset and there were moments when I had growth mindset. They were all both part of the learning experience. So let's talk about those bad days. Sometimes I found that I was comparing myself to people who spoke the language better than me. And I'd have this little voice in my head that would say, you're never going to be able to do this. You're never going to get as good as they are. You're never going to be able to communicate with anybody here. You'll always be an outsider. That was a part of the fixed mindset for me, that little voice, that inner critic telling me that I was never going to be able to do it. But it's just like Emil said before, why continually try to prove yourself when you could just focus on getting better? And I had good days as well, when I could just do a little bit every day and get better. Sometimes I was able to see the funny side whenever I had a language mishap. Sometimes I get a really positive experience of connecting with someone, even when I felt a bit limited by what I could say. Sometimes I was able to ask people for help, and sometimes I just felt like I was building really good relationships. Those were the good days when I was able to have a growth mindset about learning. The reason I'm telling you this story is because you can't expect yourself to always be showing a growth mindset. There's going to be moments when you're feeling a bit fixed. There's going to be moments when you're open to growth. It's okay that both of these things coexist. For me, my strategy is all about trying to keep those fixed moments as small as I can, minimizing them, but accepting that they will be there sometimes. So when I'm experiencing a hard moment, I try to tell myself that it's just this moment in time. and acknowledge that things are going to get better and that I might get back into my growth mindset soon. And accepting that can help it come around. So the takeaway here is don't worry about ruthlessly trying to maintain your growth mindset all the time. As Emil said, just do a little bit day by day and eventually things will get better. So now it's all good. Aku bisa bahasa Indonesia. Aku sering bisa ngomong sesuatu sama bayi aku. Ada anak, dia bisa juga belajar bahasa Indonesia. I can speak it and it feels really good.
Thanks for watching today. Feel free to like and comment and give us some feedback on how we can improve. Thanks. See you later.